Hey you, the one who wants to take control of your morning. Pause for a moment and realize this truth. Most people wake up letting their phone notifications or urgent tasks dictate their emotions for the entire day. Right from the start, their mind gets pulled into messages, emails, drama, and distractions they cannot control. Stoicism teaches that true power doesn't come from reacting to the world, but from mastering the first moments of your day. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Prepare your mind and you will stand firm against every challenge." The early morning is a neuroplastic window. The thoughts you set now shape your reflexes for the entire day. Today, you will learn 7 powerful words to rewire your mind, build discipline, cultivate calm, and reclaim self-mastery. Remember to affirm, "I control my morning. I control my day." Control. When you wake up, the first moments of your day set the trajectory for everything that follows. Most people allow their attention to be hijacked immediately. Emails, messages, notifications, and the subtle expectations of others pull at the mind before it is fully awake. Without awareness, these distractions dictate your mood, your focus, and your energy, and the day slips by in a reactive, uncontrolled state. Stoicism teaches that mastery begins by reclaiming authority over your own mind. You cannot control events, circumstances, or other people, but you can always control your judgments and responses. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, "Your mind will take the shape of what you frequently hold in thought." The early morning, before the noise of the world fills your mind, is the perfect window to assert this control. Begin with deliberate attention. Close your eyes, take deep, measured breaths, and reflect on the aspects of today you cannot influence. Acknowledge them briefly, then release the tension that comes with attempting to control what is outside your domain. Turn your attention to what you can control: your choices, your intentions, your attitude, and the actions you take. Silently repeat the word control as a mantra, anchoring yourself in the reality that your power is strongest in these areas. For example, when a demanding email arrives filled with criticism, instead of reacting impulsively, pause. Decide deliberately how you will respond, what tone you will take, the timing of your reply, and the way you maintain composure. By doing so, you claim authority over your mind and energy, transforming what could be stress into intentional action. Control extends beyond professional obligations. It applies to every interaction, every minor irritation, and every challenge that arises in the early hours of the day. Whether it is a tense conversation with a family member, a delay in your commute, or sudden changes in plans, your response is entirely within your control. Observing your reactions in these moments and acting deliberately strengthens the mind, teaching it to differentiate between what can be influenced and what must be accepted. With practice, mornings that were once chaotic and reactive become structured and deliberate. You build a mental discipline that becomes the foundation for calm, focus, and resilience throughout the day. Visualize your morning as a space where every choice is intentional. External pressures will exist, but they no longer dictate your emotional state. You move through the morning with a steady rhythm, choosing where to invest your energy and where to release tension. This distinction is the core of Stoic practice. The real power lies not in controlling what is uncontrollable, but in mastering your own perception, judgment, and action. When difficulties arise, remind yourself that this is your arena, the moment to exercise your control, not a moment to surrender it. To integrate this principle into practice, create a short ritual every morning. Before checking your phone or engaging with the world, list what is within your control and what is not. Breathe, visualize calm, and affirm silently or aloud, "I control my morning. I control my day." This affirmation reinforces the neural pathways that establish mastery over your mind. Each deliberate act of control compounds, strengthening focus, emotional resilience, and intentionality. Control becomes not just a concept, but a lived practice, a lens through which you experience your day. By taking command of your actions and thoughts from the first moments of waking, you reclaim the power that many unconsciously give away. From this point onward, commit fully to exercising control over your mind. Let the word control guide your thoughts and actions, ensuring that the day unfolds according to your deliberate choices rather than the chaos of external events. The morning is no longer a passive waiting room for circumstance. It is the domain where your inner authority is asserted. Every decision, every breath, and every deliberate movement reinforces your power. By mastering control in the morning, you lay the foundation for a day of clarity, resilience, and purposeful action. Affirm once more, "I control my morning. I control my day." 2. Stillness. The morning is often a storm of activity before the day has even begun. Phones buzz, notifications pile up, the news flashes, and your mind races with tasks and obligations. Most people immediately surrender to this chaos, letting the external world dictate their emotional state and the flow of their day. Stillness, however, is a deliberate and powerful act of resistance. The Stoics understood that the first moments of the day are sacred, a window in which calm and clarity can shape everything that follows. By embracing stillness, you create space between stimulus and response, allowing reason and intention to govern your actions rather than reflex and distraction. Epictetus wrote, "You cannot learn what you think you already know," highlighting the importance of pausing, observing, and orienting your mind consciously before engaging with the world. Begin your morning with a simple ritual. Sit upright, plant your feet firmly on the ground, close your eyes, and take deep, measured breaths. Observe the sensations in your body and the subtle flow of thoughts in your mind without judgment. Notice the tension, the anticipation, the fleeting worries, and allow them to pass through without clinging. Silently repeat the word stillness to anchor your presence. Visualize the day ahead as a river and yourself as a calm observer standing on the bank. You do not control the current, but you control how you interact with it. This deliberate pause sets the stage for measured, intentional action rather than reactive behavior. Stillness is more than the absence of movement. It is a purposeful state in which you regain ownership of your mind. For instance, imagine receiving a message that provokes irritation. Most people respond instantly, fueling a cycle of reaction and emotional turbulence. Instead, if you pause and engage with stillness, you create space to choose your response wisely. You might breathe, reflect, and decide the most constructive action rather than reacting impulsively. Over time, this habit builds an inner fortress that cannot be shaken by the small disturbances and provocations that define everyday life. Integrating stillness into your morning routine strengthens your awareness, clarity, and resilience. By practicing for just a few minutes, you teach your mind to distinguish between noise and substance, between what demands attention and what can be safely ignored. Your thoughts become sharper, your emotions more balanced, and your ability to respond rather than react grows. The world will continue to be noisy, demanding, and unpredictable. But your morning stillness creates a foundation of unshakable calm that influences every decision, every interaction, and every action throughout the day. Imagine carrying this sense of calm into each task. You wake up not as a passenger to circumstance, but as an active participant in your life, setting the tone for how every event will be met. The external world may try to impose urgency and distraction, but you remain anchored, choosing reflection over reaction. Stillness becomes a shield, a lens, and a practice. It is not passive, it is a conscious choice to shape your mind and energy. When challenges arise, stillness allows you to respond with composure, focus, and intentionality. As you move through your morning, carry the affirmation of this principle: stillness is my power. Let it guide your breath, your posture, and your choices. Each moment of quiet reflection reinforces your ability to act with clarity rather than impulse. This practice transforms mornings from chaotic and reactive periods into structured, deliberate, and powerful beginnings. By committing to stillness, you reclaim the earliest moments of the day, establish mental clarity, and ensure that your energy and attention are invested where they matter most. 3. Discipline. Discipline is the invisible backbone of a strong morning. Without it, even the best intentions dissolve and the day drifts into chaos. Many people wait for motivation to strike, believing that inspiration will guide their actions. Stoicism challenges this notion entirely. Action precedes feeling, and deliberate discipline forms the foundation of self-mastery. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "At dawn, when you rise, have this thought: I'm rising to the work of a human being." This is a call to approach your day with purposeful effort rather than passive reaction. Discipline is not about rigid schedules or harsh self-punishment. It is about taking command of your mind and choices before the world imposes its distractions. Begin by identifying the most significant task of your morning, the one that challenges you or stretches your capacity. This is your anchor task. Commit to it fully, completing it before engaging with any other distractions, including your phone, messages, or casual browsing. By taking this first decisive action, you set the tone for the entire day. Imagine exercising, journaling, or tackling a difficult project first thing in the morning. The act itself creates momentum, and the satisfaction of completing it reinforces your identity as someone who takes control of their life. Repeating the word discipline in your mind or aloud can serve as a powerful anchor to reinforce this commitment. Discipline is not limited to work or professional tasks. It extends to every corner of your morning routine, from your physical environment to your mental clarity. If you begin the day by letting external chaos dictate your schedule, you are surrendering control to the very forces Stoicism warns against. Instead, by practicing discipline, you assert your autonomy. Even small actions, making your bed, drinking a glass of water, stretching your body, or reviewing your intentions, compound into an unshakable rhythm that carries through the day. Consider a scenario where a minor disruption arises, an unexpected email, a text demanding attention, or a sudden schedule change. Without discipline, your focus scatters, and the momentum of the morning is lost. With discipline, you pause, acknowledge the interruption, and decide deliberately whether it warrants your attention at that moment or can be deferred. This habit transforms every decision into a conscious choice, reinforcing your sense of control and self-respect. Over time, the practice of morning discipline creates an internal structure that supports productivity, emotional resilience, and consistent progress toward your long-term goals. Discipline also fosters confidence. When you consistently act in alignment with your intentions, your mind stops relying on fleeting motivation. You no longer wait for inspiration to appear. Instead, you cultivate it through repeated, deliberate action. The early hours become a laboratory for training your willpower and reinforcing habits that define your character. You learn that the mind is shaped by what you repeatedly choose to do, not by what you hope to feel. To integrate discipline effectively, create a daily ritual that is simple yet non-negotiable. Identify your anchor task, remove distractions, and commit fully. Visualize completing it with focus and precision. Affirm to yourself, discipline over impulse. Each morning, this practice strengthens your capacity to act intentionally and resist the pull of distraction. Discipline becomes both shield and compass, guiding your actions and anchoring your day in purpose, clarity, and strength. By mastering this principle, you ensure that your mornings, and ultimately your life, are driven by conscious choices rather than fleeting moods or external pressures. 4. Courage. Courage is the force that turns intention into action, and mornings are the perfect testing ground for its practice. Most people wake up avoiding discomfort, delaying difficult decisions, or postponing tasks that challenge their resolve. This avoidance creates an invisible weight that lingers throughout the day, slowly eroding confidence and clarity. Stoicism teaches that courage is not the absence of fear, but the ability to act despite it. It is the recognition that discomfort and uncertainty are not enemies, but tools to forge resilience and mastery over the self. Seneca once wrote, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality," reminding us that the anticipation of fear often outweighs its actual presence. By confronting challenges early in the day, you establish a mindset of decisive action rather than reactive hesitation. Start your morning with a small act of courage. Identify one task, conversation, or decision that you have been avoiding, something that triggers resistance, uncertainty, or apprehension. Rather than procrastinating, dedicate a brief, focused period to confronting it directly. This could be making a difficult phone call, addressing a sensitive issue, or completing a challenging task you've been delaying. By acting immediately, you cultivate a mental habit of initiative, training your mind to recognize that fear is a signal to engage, not retreat. Silently repeat the word courage to yourself, letting it anchor your determination and focus. Visualize the discomfort of the task as a doorway to growth, a proving ground where your capacity for resilience and self-mastery is strengthened. Courage is not limited to grand gestures. It manifests in the small, consistent choices you make every morning. Facing discomfort, resisting the urge to delay, and committing to difficult actions builds momentum that carries throughout the day. For instance, when an unexpected challenge arises, a last-minute request, a critical email, or an unplanned interruption, your mind, trained in courage, recognizes it as an opportunity for intentional action rather than a trigger for avoidance. You approach each situation with calm, decisiveness, aware that the quality of your response defines your experience more than the event itself. The practice of morning courage also reinforces self-respect. By choosing to act in alignment with your values despite fear or uncertainty, you assert authority over your own life. You learn that your power is not derived from external approval or the absence of risk, but from the discipline to confront reality with clarity and composure. Each act of courage compounds, shaping the internal architecture of resilience, confidence, and decisive action. Over time, these choices transform mornings from moments of passive hesitation into a laboratory of deliberate self-mastery. To integrate courage into your routine, create a micro-practice. Identify a small challenge that evokes discomfort. Commit to facing it immediately and visualize the outcome of successful action. Reflect briefly on how avoidance has previously undermined your momentum. Then act regardless of uncertainty. Affirm to yourself, courage first, fear later. By repeating this process each morning, you build a consistent pathway for confronting fear and uncertainty throughout the day. Courage becomes a muscle strengthened by repeated intentional exercise, providing the framework for living in alignment with Stoic principles: conscious choice, mastery over impulses, and consistent adherence to virtue. When mornings begin with courage, the rest of the day follows a rhythm of deliberate, confident action. Challenges become growth opportunities. Discomfort becomes a tool for resilience, and fear loses its ability to control your mind. This is the Stoic way. Action, not hesitation, defines the strength of your character. 5. Focus. Focus is the mental compass that directs your energy toward what truly matters. Without it, mornings dissolve into scattered attention, reacting to notifications, messages, or minor distractions. Most people begin the day allowing their environment to control their mind, moving from task to task without intention and losing hours of clarity and productivity before the day has even begun. Stoicism emphasizes that attention is one of the few things you can fully command. Where your attention goes, your energy flows, and your life takes shape accordingly. Epictetus reminds us, you become what you give your attention to. By intentionally directing focus in the morning, you shape not only the first hours of your day, but also your habits, responses, and mindset for everything that follows. Start by identifying the single most important task to accomplish this morning, the one that, if completed, will set the foundation for the rest of the day. Commit to it fully before engaging in any secondary activities or distractions. This could be a work task, a personal project, or a mindful morning routine. Remove all potential interruptions, silence your phone, close unnecessary tabs, and set a timer if needed. As you begin, silently repeat the word focus to anchor your awareness and reinforce your intention. Visualize your attention as a laser, cutting through mental clutter and directing your energy toward this priority. Focus also requires guarding your mental space against small irritations and distractions. In the morning, this may mean bypassing social media, avoiding non-urgent messages, or postponing conversations that do not serve immediate purpose. The goal is not rigidity. It is deliberate choice, a conscious decision to invest energy where it produces the greatest return. When unexpected interruptions arise, notice them without immediate reaction. Ask yourself, does this require my attention right now, or can it wait? This practice strengthens discernment and reinforces the principle that your attention is a resource to be protected and invested wisely. Consider the long-term impact of consistently practicing focus each morning. A mind trained to concentrate early in the day develops sharper decision-making, better emotional regulation, and heightened awareness of what truly matters. Even small distractions avoided compound into significant advantages in clarity, efficiency, and discipline. Focus becomes not just a skill, but a habit, shaping your behavior and identity. To integrate this principle, create a simple morning micro-practice. Choose your highest impact task, remove distractions, set a clear time frame, and commit fully. Use visualization and affirmation to reinforce your intention and anchor your attention. Where my attention goes, my life goes. Allow this mantra to guide your posture, your breath, and your mindset. Recognize that focus is not merely concentration, but a deliberate alignment of mind, intention, and action. By mastering focus in the morning, you reclaim hours lost to distraction, cultivate sustained energy, and shape your day according to conscious priorities rather than reactive impulses. 6. Gratitude. Gratitude is the lens that transforms perception, shaping how we interpret and respond to the world. Most people wake up immediately scanning for problems, notifications, or things that are missing, allowing the mind to start the day with tension, frustration, or anxiety. Stoicism teaches that cultivating gratitude, even for small or difficult things, reorients the mind toward perspective and resilience. By acknowledging what you have and recognizing the challenges that strengthen you, you train your brain to focus on abundance rather than lack. Seneca reminds us, "He is a wise man who does not grieve for what he has not, but rejoices in what he has." This principle is essential for beginning the day with clarity, calm, and grounded energy. Start your morning with a deliberate gratitude practice. Write down 3 things you genuinely appreciate, elements of your life, personal qualities, or opportunities. Then add 1 challenge you are grateful for, acknowledging how it contributes to growth, discipline, or insight. Silently repeat the word gratitude to anchor your attention in this mindset. Visualize how each element you list strengthens your capacity for resilience, patience, and calm in the hours ahead. By framing even difficult circumstances as opportunities for growth, you shift your perspective from reaction to intentional interpretation. This practice is particularly effective in the early morning because the mind is flexible and receptive. Recognizing gratitude at the start of the day establishes a positive mental foundation that influences every thought, decision, and action that follows. For example, a stressful email or unexpected challenge can be met with composure rather than irritation, because your mind has been primed to notice what is valuable, stable, and within your control. Over time, morning gratitude rewires the mind, reinforcing patterns of attention toward what is constructive, meaningful, and empowering. Gratitude is not simply a feeling, it is a choice and a practice. By engaging intentionally with it, you cultivate mental clarity, emotional stability, and a resilient perspective that prevents minor frustrations from hijacking your energy. Each day, as you repeat this ritual, your mind becomes accustomed to scanning for positives and recognizing the hidden benefits of adversity. Affirm to yourself, "Gratitude shapes my lens." Let this awareness guide your posture, breath, and focus, anchoring your mind in calm presence and intentionality. When practiced consistently, gratitude transforms mornings from reactive and chaotic to deliberate, centered, and empowering, providing a foundation for Stoic mastery of thought and action. 7. Become. Become is the word that reminds us that identity is forged through consistent action, not fleeting intention. Many people wake up each morning feeling the same as yesterday, believing change will happen passively or later. Stoicism teaches that who we are is the sum of our repeated choices. Each action, no matter how small, compounds into the architecture of character, resilience, and mastery. Marcus Aurelius observed, "What stands in the way becomes the way." A reminder that obstacles are not deterrents, but instruments of growth. The act of becoming is deliberate, conscious, and rooted in repeated, purposeful effort. Begin your morning by envisioning the person you want to become, not in vague or abstract ideas, but in specific, actionable behaviors. Identify one small action today that moves you closer to that version of yourself. This could be responding to a challenge with patience, dedicating focused time to learning, or maintaining composure in a difficult interaction. As you commit to this action, silently repeat the word "become," allowing it to anchor your mind and reinforce your intention. Visualization helps. Picture yourself acting in alignment with your highest values, navigating the day with clarity, integrity, and purposeful presence. Becoming is not about perfection or instant transformation. It is about consistency. Each morning, you reinforce the mental pathways that shape your behavior, gradually creating habits that align with your vision. Obstacles and discomfort are not interruptions. They are part of the process, offering opportunities to practice resilience and self-mastery. Over time, these small actions accumulate, building identity, confidence, and the internal authority to navigate life with purpose. Consider a challenge you expect to face today. Instead of anticipating frustration or avoidance, approach it with the mindset of become. Ask yourself, what is the smallest actionable step I can take that reflects the version of myself I aim to embody? Execute it immediately and with full attention. This micro-practice compounds, rewiring your mind to consistently align thought, intention, and action. Each deliberate choice strengthens your internal framework, guiding you to act in ways that reflect discipline, courage, and integrity. Affirm to yourself, "I become who I train myself to be." Let this mantra set the tone for the day. With each morning practice, you shift from passively reacting to actively shaping your character and outcomes. Mornings become a laboratory for transformation, where repeated intentional actions over time construct the person you aspire to embody. Closing section. As the morning draws to a close, take a moment to reflect on the 7 powerful words you have embraced: control, stillness, discipline, courage, focus, gratitude, become. Each word is not just a concept, but a practice, a deliberate choice to shape your mind, your energy, and your actions. By starting your day with intention, you reclaim authority over your thoughts, set the tone for your interactions, and create a foundation for resilience and clarity. Mastery is not achieved through chance or fleeting motivation, but through repeated, conscious effort. Let these words guide every decision and every action, transforming challenges into opportunities and obstacles into instruments of growth. Commit to this practice consistently and watch as your mornings and your life shift from reactive to deliberate, from passive to empowered. Affirm one final time. I control my morning, I control my mind. Carry this awareness forward and let each day be a step toward becoming the person you choose to be.